Floyd Mayweather Jr., a boxing legend whose name is synonymous with success in the ring, has found himself at the center of a contentious legal battle that has sparked widespread debate. In 2025, Mayweather filed a $100 million defamation lawsuit against Business Insider, its parent company Insider Incorporated, and reporter Daniel Geiger. The lawsuit revolves around an article by Geiger that questioned the legitimacy of Mayweather's claims about his real estate investments, specifically a $402 million deal to purchase 62 apartment buildings in Manhattan through Black Spruce Management. Mayweather alleges that the reporting was not only false but also racially biased, accusing Geiger of engaging in a campaign of harassment that included hundreds of phone calls to him and his family. The lawsuit, filed in the Southern District of New York, has drawn significant attention, with critics, supporters, and commentators weighing in on the controversy, raising questions about Mayweather's financial stability, his business acumen, and the motivations behind his legal action. Mayweather's lawsuit claims that Geiger's article misrepresented his real estate ventures, particularly the Black Spruce deal, which the boxer publicly touted as a major milestone in his post-boxing career. According to the suit, Geiger's reporting falsely stated that there was no evidence the deal had taken place, ignoring documentation provided by Mayweather's team to substantiate the transaction. The lawsuit further alleges that the article was part of a broader pattern of aggressive and misleading journalism driven by a bias against Mayweather's success as a black entrepreneur. Mayweather, who is 48 years old, emphasized that this is the first time he has ever sued a media outlet, despite what he describes as years of unfair treatment by the press. He insists that the media has consistently bashed him, criticized his family, and spread falsehoods about his business dealings, which he claims have cost him not just millions but potentially billions of dollars. The controversy began when Geiger's article, published in late March, cast doubt on Mayweather's announcement that he had acquired a massive real estate portfolio in Manhattan. The article suggested that public records showed no evidence of such a sale, prompting speculation about the veracity of Mayweather's claims. Mayweather's response was swift and resolute. He filed the defamation lawsuit, accusing Geiger and Business Insider of deliberately attempting to tarnish his reputation. In public statements, Mayweather has maintained that he provided ample evidence to Geiger to verify the deal, but the reporter refused to acknowledge it. The lawsuit paints Geiger's actions as a personal vendetta, with Mayweather alleging that the journalist's persistent phone calls to him and his family constituted harassment. The claim of racial bias adds another layer of complexity, as Mayweather argues that the reporting reflects a broader pattern of prejudice against his achievements as a black businessman. The lawsuit has not gone unnoticed in the public sphere. Prominent figures, including rapper 50 Cent and sports commentator Stephen A. Smith, have publicly criticized Mayweather's actions, questioning both the legitimacy of his claims and the wisdom of pursuing such a high-stakes legal battle. 50 Cent, known for his long-standing feud with Mayweather, was particularly blunt, accusing the boxer of fabricating the $402 million deal. According to 50 Cent, the numbers simply don't add up, and he dismissed the lawsuit as a desperate attempt to silence critics rather than a legitimate effort to clear his name. He pointed out that Mayweather has failed to provide concrete proof of the transaction, suggesting that the legal action is more about image control than addressing actual defamation. Stephen A. Smith, once an admirer of Mayweather's in-ring brilliance, expressed disappointment in the boxer's recent behavior, particularly his focus on flaunting wealth while facing serious financial questions, including allegations of unpaid taxes owed to the IRS. The IRS issue has added fuel to the fire, with court filings revealing that Mayweather owes back taxes, contradicting his claims of being financially secure. Despite his insistence that he has settled all tax obligations, the IRS has filed liens against him, raising doubts about his financial management. Critics argue that Mayweather's extravagant lifestyle, complete with private jets, luxury cars, and sprawling mansions, may be a facade maintained through credit or dwindling savings rather than genuine wealth. His public displays of opulence, including posts on social media showcasing Ferraris, Rolls-Royces, and designer watches, have only intensified scrutiny. Financial experts have warned that if Mayweather does not address his spending habits and legal responsibilities, he could face significant financial trouble in the near future. Mayweather's response to these allegations has been characteristically evasive. When questioned about rumors of bankruptcy, he dismissed them with a quip, stating that if owning 2 private jets and 100 buildings is considered bankrupt, then everybody would want to live like that. While his supporters cheered the bold retort, critics noted that his refusal to provide concrete financial details only deepened suspicions about his true financial standing. For someone who has built a public persona around wealth and success, this hesitancy to clarify his finances is striking. It has led many to wonder whether Mayweather is attempting to maintain an illusion of prosperity while grappling with underlying financial challenges. The public reaction to the lawsuit and the surrounding controversy has been mixed. On social media, fans and detractors alike have debated whether Mayweather is the victim of unfair media scrutiny or a public figure trying to manipulate perceptions through legal intimidation. Some argue that the media has unfairly targeted Mayweather throughout his career, judging him not for his character but for the flamboyant persona he adopts when promoting fights. Mayweather himself has addressed this, urging people to judge him based on who he is rather than the entertainer he portrays in the public eye. He insists that he has worked hard to build his name and reputation, and he will not allow anyone to tarnish it with lies or smear campaigns. However, the skepticism surrounding Mayweather's real estate claims is not without basis. Public records, which are relatively easy to access, have failed to corroborate his assertions about the Black Spruce deal. Commentators have pointed out that property transactions of the magnitude Mayweather described would leave a clear paper trail, yet no such evidence has surfaced. This has led to accusations that Mayweather may have exaggerated or fabricated the deal to bolster his image as a savvy businessman. The fact that he has chosen to respond with a lawsuit rather than releasing definitive proof has only fueled speculation that he is more concerned with controlling the narrative than addressing the substance of the allegations. The involvement of high-profile critics like 50 Cent and Stephen A. Smith has further amplified the controversy. 50 Cent's comments, in particular, have struck a chord, as he has a history of calling out Mayweather's claims. His assertion that the lawsuit is unlikely to succeed because Mayweather cannot prove the deal ever happened resonates with those who view the legal action as a publicity stunt. Smith, meanwhile, has expressed frustration not just with Mayweather's financial decisions but with the broader pattern of behavior that prioritizes materialism over accountability. For Smith, Mayweather's focus on flaunting wealth while ignoring serious issues like tax disputes undermines the legacy he worked so hard to build in the boxing ring. Mayweather's defenders, however, argue that the media has a history of unfairly targeting successful black athletes, and this lawsuit is an attempt to push back against that trend. They point to Mayweather's long career, during which he has earned hundreds of millions of dollars, as evidence of his business acumen. They also note that real estate deals, especially of the scale Mayweather described, can be complex and involve layers of confidentiality that may not be immediately apparent in public records. For these supporters, the lawsuit is a justified response to a media outlet that crossed a line by publishing what they see as baseless accusations. The broader context of Mayweather's career adds another dimension to the controversy. As one of the most successful boxers of all time, Mayweather has built an empire through his in-ring dominance and masterful self-promotion. His ability to generate massive paydays, including a reported $250 million from his 2017 fight against Conor McGregor, has made him a symbol of financial success. However, his post-boxing career has been marked by a series of questionable decisions, including exhibition matches that many see as a sign of financial distress. Critics argue that no one who is truly financially secure would willingly return to the ring for exhibition bouts, especially given the physical toll of boxing. The IRS disputes further complicate the narrative. Court filings indicate that Mayweather has faced tax liens in the past, including a $6.17 million lien in 2008. While he insists that he has resolved these issues, the persistence of IRS claims suggests otherwise. The government has argued that Mayweather has the means to pay his tax liabilities by liquidating assets or securing loans, yet he has chosen to continue his lavish spending. This discrepancy between his public displays of wealth and his legal troubles has led many to question whether his financial empire is as robust as he claims. The lawsuit against Business Insider and Geiger is, in many ways, a microcosm of the larger questions surrounding Mayweather's legacy. Is he a shrewd businessman who has been unfairly targeted by a biased media, or is he a public figure struggling to maintain an image of success in the face of mounting challenges? The truth likely lies somewhere in the middle, but the lack of transparency from Mayweather himself makes it difficult to discern. His refusal to provide clear evidence of the Black Spruce deal, coupled with his evasive responses to questions about his finances, has left room for doubt. Business Insider, for its part, has stood by its reporting, issuing a statement to Front Office Sports that it will vigorously defend against what it calls a meritless lawsuit. The outlet's confidence suggests that it believes its reporting is grounded in verifiable facts, and it has accused Mayweather of attempting to discredit its journalism. The outcome of the lawsuit will likely hinge on whether Mayweather can provide concrete evidence of the real estate deal and demonstrate that Geiger's reporting was not only false but also malicious. As the legal battle unfolds, Mayweather's public persona continues to evolve. Once celebrated as an untouchable champion, he now faces growing skepticism about his financial stability and business dealings. His obsession with projecting wealth, from social media posts to bold claims about his investments, has opened him up to scrutiny that he may not have anticipated. For fans, the question is whether Mayweather's legacy will be defined by his undeniable achievements in the ring or by the controversies that have come to dominate his post-boxing career. Ultimately, the lawsuit represents a pivotal moment for Mayweather. It is an opportunity to defend his reputation and prove his critics wrong, but it also carries significant risks. If he fails to substantiate his claims, the backlash could further damage his credibility. For now, the public is left to grapple with conflicting narratives: a boxer who claims to be a victim of media bias versus a reporter accused of pursuing a personal vendetta. As the case moves forward, it will likely shed light on the truth behind Mayweather's financial empire and the motivations driving his legal fight.